Hey everybody, it's Eric from Willcutt Guitar Shop. Today I'm sitting here with Charles Whitfill from Whitfill Guitars. And Charles, like myself, is a Kentuckian, so we'll run this interview with subtitles when it finally airs.
Good idea.
Thanks for joining us today, Charles.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you how long you've been building, how long you've been in the business.
Well, how long I've been building and how long I've been in the business are two completely different answers. I actually built my first guitar when I was 18, which has been a long time ago.
Electric or acoustic?
Electric, and it was unplayable. And there was no internet, no books, no information. I just kind of guessed, and it didn't work out so well. So I have been messing around with guitars forever, and actually got into building carved top mandolins for a while, F5 style, and learned quite a bit about tone and how to manipulate wood to get the
How did
tone
you make the
you're
jump from mandolins to solid body electrics?
Well, I realized that carved top mandolins are so time consuming
Yeah.
that I was going to have to sell them for $30,000 to make a living, and had built a few electric guitars, and a good buddy of mine got real excited about it and started spreading the word a little bit, and then a few other people started coming, and things just started happening. So I've basically been in the business for about 4 years, full time.
And you have some pretty high profile customers.
I've been so fortunate to make friends with a lot of great guitar players. Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top, of course, has got a couple of guitars. Vince Gill has a few. Become a
And these
great
guys
friend.
actually buy these guitars
Yes,
too. You
absolutely. Yeah, I don't.
You don't run into them at
I
NAMM and
can't,
just ram a guitar in their
I
hands.
can't afford to give guitars away. Warren Haynes, Peter Frampton, cousin Kenny Vaughn, who has a little bit of.
Well, I can say we get approached at the shop as a lot of high profile independent stores do by various manufacturers, and we seldom take anyone on. When you I'd heard about your guitars from friends and through the grapevine, and when you brought your guitars in the store, immediately we had this real visceral response. We picked them up like, yeah, the feel and tone was just great, and so we hadn't really been taking on new builders for a long time. You were the first like new builder we took on. We were just really excited once we had a chance to play them and get our hands on some. I know that you have a pretty unique philosophy about building and.
Right. Well, you mentioned you picked up the guitars and loved them. I really tried not to build any bad ones. So that's basically my philosophy. Tone is number one.
How many guitars do you build, like say in a month?
On a normal 50 to 60 hour week, I do 8 to 10 guitars a month.
Yeah.
And if I want to work around the clock, sometime I can squeeze a few
Now you
more.
cut your own bodies for these.
Yeah, I do all my woodwork, and then of course hardware from various suppliers. My pickups are pretty exciting. I've got a guy in Washington State that was kind of a friend of a friend of a friend deal. How I ran into this guy, Kerry Learned with Automac Custom Windery. So we've got several different recipes we use for different configurations, and they're proprietary to me. So what he and I have worked out, the sound that I want to hear, those recipes are mine. They're proprietary to me. He does great pickups, and he'll sell pickups, of course, to anybody, but the pickups in my particular guitars are only available in the guitars. So, if you wanted a set of pickups, I'd be happy to hook you up, $3,000, and I'll throw in a guitar.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
I can say that as a Telecaster guy, one of the cool things, and this is something that I'll immediately eliminate any Telecaster that has a bridge pickup sound that cuts your head off.
Right.
And on all Charles guitars that we've played, the bridge position had a nice, robust mid-range to go along with the high end, so it had the most elusive combination of all for a Telecaster bridge pickup. It's bright and it's fat, and so hats off. That's to me the single hardest thing to do when you're building a T-style guitar.
Right. Well, cool.
So we're extremely excited to have Charles on board, needless to say, and you can check out our current inventory online. You were telling me that an order these days is about 4 months, 16 to 18 weeks. So if you have an idea for guitar, we can approach a custom order with Charles and get you in the queue. He's also doing some really, really great pedals, an overdrive pedal that we're going to be really excited to be stocking in. I've been using it myself, and it just sounds terrific. So Charles was kind enough to stop by and spend a little time with us today, and we thank him for that. So
Thank you.
good talking to you.
All right.